Today we're going to have a look at the Game Wave Family Entertainment System, a modified DVD player by Zappit Games intended to provide some simple gaming in addition to normal video playing functions. It was originally released in Canada in October of 2005 and completely failed to make much of a splash in the gaming market, selling only about 70,000 units over its 4-year lifespan. And you know what? That's a bit of a shame. The games on offer may not have been the most elaborate or able to compete with the likes of the PS2 or GameCube, but they were pretty solid party/family games that would have been great at one of the family night get-togethers that would see my mom, dad, and sis and I gather around the Commodore 64 for a round of Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy! Each player would get a different color-coded remote control as their input device, each one running at a slightly different IR frequency so they could be read simultaneously. Fortunately, Zappit realized that this was mostly only good for menu navigation type actions, and none of the games released were more intensive platformers or action titles. What was released was pretty interesting nonetheless. One such title was Sudoku, patterned after the solo puzzle number game we're all familiar with, but with a few different multiplayer options. One was just a relatively normal puzzle with the ability for multiple players to cooperate on a single grid, but there were also two more competitive variations available.
The object of Shogun is to score the highest number of points by placing as many correct numbers as you can before your time runs out. Shogun is based on a solvable Sudoku puzzle. Player order is randomized before the game starts and doesn't change during the game. When it's your turn, your name is highlighted and the timer will start to count down, so be ready to play. In Ninja, the object of the game is to place each number on the grid in a location that will get you the most points while using the least amount of time. When you place a number, 1 point is awarded for each number already in the same row, for each number already in the same column, and for each number already in the same zone.
Lock 5 was a pretty straightforward clone of Yahtzee with a few minor tweaks to avoid a complete copyright slam dunk. And Word Zap was a search game akin to Boggle, but with each player getting their own field of letters. Lastly, there was Click, a sort of Hangman or Wheel of Fortune-like game, but with the ability to get visual clues to the puzzle. This one's a bit odd in that when you decide to solve the puzzle, you don't fill it in on screen. You say it out loud, then reveal the puzzle. If the other players agree that you got it right, they give you a green check mark and you win. Now, I was really looking forward to playing this with my sister and bro-in-law when I recently visited them, but as I was gathering footage of the how-tos on each game, they started skipping and I heard this awful noise coming from the DVD drive. Now, this box was completely fresh when I opened it. Even the pack-in game is still sealed. No amount of percussive maintenance was able to bring it back, so I just packed it back up. When I got home, I hunted down a spare DVD drive to see if I could make it work with another device. The connectors are simple Molex power and ATA for data, but while the device would load up and claim to be loading, the drive would just remain silent. No luck there. I'm hoping that perhaps it just needs some grease to lubricate things, or that there's a component overheating that can be replaced. But I really lack the skill to diagnose that, no matter how many hours of Adrian's digital basement I ingest. Someday I'll find a way to get this working again, and I'm sure I'll have a great time playing the Game Wave with friends. Meanwhile, maybe I'll complete the full library of 13 games and make it my third full game set. Have you played with the Game Wave? Got any fond memories of another enhanced DVD system like this? Let me know in the comments below or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll catch you again next week.